What are we going to do today?
What are we going to do today?
I think we go and have a look. We've had the M5 now for what? 2.5 months? Was it April we got it? Was it end of April? So we've had it 2 or 3 months. We've done best part of 5,000 mile, I think. And there's a couple of things that I love about it and a couple of things I think for 130 grand, it shouldn't be like that. A lot of this is what I'm classing as shrinkflation. It's you're spending a lot of money on car, and after having 5 series as in past, it seems that they've taken stuff off it. And I can sort of maybe understand it's an option that not many people use to spec, so what's the point in doing it? But when you're spending this sort of money on a car, you'd expect it to have things like comfort access on rear doors. That's something they've taken off the new X5 that's not on the XM. So the comfort access is when you walk up to the door with key or phone in your pocket and it'll unlock. And it'll lock again. Now it used to be on rear doors, it's not anymore. So I know all these are first world problems, but when you get out the car and you get out, you shut your door, you go to get kids out the back, go to get your bag, it doesn't unlock. The door's usually locked when you finish your journey. So then you've got to go back, and I don't often have the key on me, so I've got my phone, and sometimes the phone at the end of the journey isn't detected by car, so it won't unlock the doors just by doing that. It's opening it, and then you've got these, I'm not a big fan of them, these touch sensitive buttons on the side that you've got to use. And that just seems to be something that I've done across the board. I think this 3 Series, this has got comfort access on rear. That's a 23, but that's sort of an older generation. But the new X5, the new XM, no comfort access on the rear doors. They've also taken away your split tailgate. So unlike on 3 Series, where you'd be able to just open it and chuck some stuff in back, no longer on 5 Series. Something else that we found actually, and we only spotted this because we went to it when it was on Transporter and it was on upper deck, was this has got a tow bar. And if you go and have a look, Dave, at how it's been fitted, it's literally looks like it's been Dremeled out, the hole.
Let's see if we can get this in here.
There you go. It looks like it's been Dremeled out after, obviously, I would suspect the tow bar is probably a retrofit after it's been through factory. But you'd have thought that they'd come up with a replacement panel that was more manufactured than just cutting a hole. I mean, the tow bar is just a bit of a joke, really. It does a job, it's absolutely fine, you don't see it. But the comfort access, it does niggle you a bit. The split tailgate, that doesn't bother me as much, but it was just one of those things.
Once you've had it.
Once you've had it, you sort of expect it. You don't expect things to go backwards. One thing that is good on this though is your carbon ceramic brakes. With it having the Ultimate Pack, it came with them and they are absolutely fantastic. Everybody was telling me, oh, they won't work when they're cold and they'll squeak a lot and all that. I've had no issues at all. The stopping power of them compared to steel it's amazing, isn't it, Dave?
They're absolutely incredible.
Especially when you're coming down from 187. Absolutely amazing.
It did us in good stead in Germany,
yeah,
that's for sure.
I mean, some at switchgear, it's just cheap plastic. It does the job, but it's not
high end.
Does it belong in an 130 grand car? You know, we've got, what else have we got? I think all this touch capacity stuff, it's a bit annoying. I like buttons.
Something to actually touch.
Something to actually touch. So inside the car, extremely comfortable, no qualms with that. More comfier actually than I would say the XM, which is meant to be the flagship. I think the seats on that you don't have the option to slacken them off, so you're constantly sort of squished in, and with the size of my ass it's just not comfortable. But this doesn't have massage seats either, and you just think for the money, why not? I don't know, you just feel a little bit shortchanged. You've got the Bowers and Wilkins as standard in M5, but it's not like a proper Bowers and Wilkins setup like you'd get in the XM where it was an optional extra. It looks like they've just, it's a good sound system, but I wouldn't say it's anywhere near got the capability of what you've got in the X5 and the XM, where it was an expensive optional extra. When you're listening to your Lady Gaga, it's noticeable, yeah. And then the last one that I think's a bit of a proper con is you don't get your soft closed doors, which again, first world problems, but the amount of times you don't want to slam your door. If you get home late at night, you don't need to slam your doors and wake your neighbours up. You can just push them too. And like if Dave gets out the car and runs off to the pub and he doesn't shut it properly, as long as it was latched, it would shut. Now it's a case of you've got to get out and go and shut it. And
once you're used to these things, that's it.
Once you're used to them, you expect them. And it's not like we haven't gone and and not spec'd it. It's just, these just aren't options at all.
Sounds beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's one thing that I do like about it. It sounds really, really nice. Even on a cold start, that's the one gripe I've got with the XMs is cold start. I think they sound like a two-stroke Honda lawnmower. A lot of people disagree, but it just doesn't sound as smooth or as nice as the M5. It looks good. I think the styling's on point, innit? The Touring doesn't have the M5 emblem there. I did quite like that as a detail, but it is understated, isn't it? It does sound good, doesn't it? Even when it's not on cold idle anymore. And it's got an engine. Are the wheels standard? Or were they an upgrade? I don't think they cost any more. I think they look good. The f***'s it beeping for? The phone's in car. That annoys me about BMWs. The fact that when you walk away from them, leave them running, they beep. Well, I wouldn't mind, but my phone's here. That's another good thing about this. The digital key works flawlessly, so I don't need to carry car key around with me. It does work really well, the digital key. Although saying that, they all do. Digital key for the 3 Series. I just don't bother with car keys anymore. I need a car key for the 19 plate ones and that's it. Not to need to carry all keys around with it. No, it isn't. Again, first world problems, but it does work really well. Will you stop walking away from the fucking car? I like the car. I very quickly remembered why I got rid of my old M5. They are just too quick.
Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
It's a bad thing. Well, for some people it'd be a good thing. It's a good thing if you lived in Germany, but in the UK they're just too quick. You can cruise around in it, it's super comfortable and whatnot, but you can. I could see you getting to some ridiculous speeds incredibly quickly and not realising. When we were doing, it didn't feel like 187 on Autobahn, did it?
Not at all.
No. Yeah, it'd be good to see how it does on track. I don't think it'll disappoint. Inside, you've got your touch. You've got your capacitive buttons, which I'm not a big fan of, but they do work. We've got in this one panoramic roof, which is absolutely massive. Huge, that, isn't it? You haven't heard that before, have you? What else have we got? You've got a selfie camera, what every car needs. Don't know why. I don't know why you need a selfie camera, but that iDrive controller is a nightmare. Effort. It's not like the old ones where it tilted and it's all capacitive feedback touch. It's not my favourite, but I think what we'll find is as newer cars come out, the iDrive controller is going to be disappearing anyway. It'll all be voice and touch. Like you've already lost on your steering wheel certain things for your adaptive cruise. That all now has to be done in here for how far off distance control, for how far off the car in front you want to be. Oh, we've got boost button, which you have on the hybrids now. I think in the X5 50e, that's classed as a sprint button, it's not a boost. In the X5, it does make it a bit quicker. The XM, it made it rapid.
Did you even try it in Germany, the boost
We
button?
did, but I was already flooring it and we were already accelerating hard anyway when we were using it, so I don't think in that scenario it made much of a difference. Steering column adjuster, these are a bit pants. These almost feel like a bit of an afterthought. Well, I mean, they're intuitive, but they're just, again, when I first saw them on the i5, when that came out, I just thought almost like it was an afterthought. It's just not. That should be a physical button for your indicators, for your hazard lights. The amount of times that the amount of times that you press it just to say thanks for letting me in, you press it again and you think it hasn't, and then you press it and then you end up with your hazards on half a mile down road. Seats are comfy. They're not comfort seats, so the top half can't move to sort of hug you like you can in the X5 and the XMs. You got your head-up display, unless you're wearing BMW sunglasses and then you can't see it. Do you remember that M5 I had before, which had night vision and you just don't, and the rear TV's in back. And another little negative is in previous cars, how did we do it now? You used to have a button, because your bonnet's long, to see the camera at the front, and it used to be a really good 180-degree camera. Now you don't get that. You do have a camera at the front, but it's not 180 degrees. It's not awful, but you used to get a little line at the bottom where you'd see where your nose is. There isn't even a button for it. That's parking assist. Oh, it is there. All right, well that's not, but again, there isn't a button. They've got rid of buttons. So to find that view, I've never seen that view before. You see how much wider it is? Mm. So how do you do that then? So it's not default, is it? It's panorama view. Something that is new, finally, camera cleaning. Didn't do anything. Oh, there you go. Well, that just made it worse, hasn't it? One thing I will say about driving this compared to, well, it's not compared to other ones, is it is just planted all the time. Compared to XM that's clearly got an issue with alignment or something, this was just stupidly...
Felt like a Formula 1 car glued to the road.
It wasn't, no issues at all, were it? And like I say, the speed, I'd say that's a negative thing if you're in the UK, but if you're on open roads in Germany, yeah, this is that's what it's made for, I think. But even then, it's just a comfy car as well, isn't it, to do long trips on. It can be used as an everyday car. I tell you what is pointless in this car, the hybrid system. Well, having the hybrid system there just to run off battery, because you never do it. Why have a car like this and just cruise around silently? You got the Alcantara headlining, which is quite nice. Plenty of room at back. Other things actually, you know what, in boot? Just things like, I've got a standard pull back. I don't even know how to do it. Look, it's just, you just wouldn't expect it from this sort of car. Well, you'd expect it to be at least half motorised. Let's compare 2025 BMW options with a 2019 options. So this was, I think it was 95 grand back in 2019. So it's your M50D X5. So I think it was top model, and I think we pretty much put everything on it. But you've got things like this, rear comfort access, your massage seats, and you got your comfort seats. But again, you get this function. Have you seen this? On your comfort seats, you get this option where if you look at the top of the seats, it moves backwards and forwards a little bit, which just makes it a bit comfier. Now, the XM has got that function with sport seats. These are comfort seats, but got massage seats on this. You have got cooled seats in the M5, which is nice. Oh, your Bowers and Wilkins, look, you've got tweeters in door. You've got full-on speakers in door, which I think you've sort of got that in M5. You've got a subwoofer there. You've got speakers in roof and along back. That's pretty much same in XM, which is a 23, 24 model. Like I say, I think the Bowers and Wilkins in that is a bit of a half-arse system. Still good, but having it as standard, I think they're probably hoping that it would be a massive selling point, but it's not quite as good as speccing up a car with Bowers and Wilkins and paying the extra money. This one, yeah, buttons. I think this one's probably got too many buttons. No. I liked the amount of buttons that this had. And then when they came out with the new iDrive, they got rid of a lot of them. And I thought I wouldn't like it, but actually it's not too bad. You see, you've got your extra, and I get it. They want to make one steering wheel that they can just put in any car. They must be saving a fortune by doing these things. Well, no, it's not that, yet they're still removing other options and still charging more money. I mean, we're the idiots because we keep on buying them. I found my sunglasses, the BMW sunglasses that are polarised, so you can't see your head-up display, or not polarised, or whichever way it is. So this one, admittedly it was an option, but you've got the parcel shelf that goes into the floor. So you don't even need to worry about storing it when you don't need it.
Fancy.
It is. Well, I mean, like up there at the moment, we've got the parcel shelf for the X3 in the office, and that's been trodden on. I've knocked it over multiple times. Having the ability to just put the parcel shelf in floor, it's quite good, really. Something this one does have, which I think they took away for a while, was the powered lower tailgates. I think during COVID they took away due to component shortage or something, or maybe they were trying to save money and see if people would complain. Clearly they did, because they brought it back. Oh, soft closed doors. There you go. Just little things, isn't it? I mean, it is first world problems, but when you are spending your money on this stuff, And this was 35 grand less than that. The fuel economy. What are we getting over 4,000 miles? Value since factory. 20 miles to gallon, Dave. 218 miles on electric. Not bad. No, I don't. I think if I used it more, if I had a longer than a 1 mile commute to work and it was used a lot more, I think I'd probably might have a problem. But you know what, you sort of know what you're getting into. I actually think that's half impressive, to be fair.
If you compare that to the XM though.
Well, if we were to listen to Stato and his stats on an XM on a long run doing 60 miles to gallon, it is bad, but I don't use the electric, really. I mean, since last refuel, 16.8.
Did it tell you the miles per gallon just whilst in Germany, specifically on the last day?
You might be able to get that on the app, actually. Yeah, I think you've got the, let's have a look, connected drive. So we did 2,500 miles, an average of 100, so 11th of June. If I click it, there we go, so we can figure that out. 11th
of June.
So we finished at that one. No, it's only 49 mile, that though. It is 11.5 miles to gallon though. That'll have been with the high speed run, that I bet. Yeah, there's the fuel station we stopped at, because that is where you, round it, that'll be where you got done speeding. So that will have been the trip, and we were averaging 11.5 for a 49 mile trip. We started with 100%, we finished with 70, so that were a quarter of a tank. A recap of your driving behaviour. 87 trips, room to improve. Your average consumption is higher than 83% of other M5 drivers. I did a trip down to Farnborough in it with the engine on all the time, because I was trying to get the mileage up to get the running in service done. And it did average 30.1, I think, which I thought was quite good. So you can get half decent MPG out of it. So I think the question is we've half sort of slated its, what is it? We haven't slated it, but I've obviously made me feelings known about what's missing and what's what's not quite, what it's missing, in my opinion. But I don't think it detracts from what an awesome car it is. And I don't think it would stop me from, if I went back and actually done my research and knew what they do come with and what they don't come with, I don't think it would stop me placing the order, because the amount of fun that we had when you do use it for what it's made for, and it's not short of the gadgets, you just think it's,
you just become accustomed to certain things, don't you?
You become used to certain stuff, and you think that, you know, when you're buying something like this, it's going to have everything. It's going to have everything that you're used to. But I guess it's, you know, it's a bit like when they take all the buttons away and whatnot, it just is what it is.
Is that not just a sign of the times though, do you think, where obviously everything's going touch and
because
everything's going voice?
I do think they miss a trick. I think, you know, in one regard, not many people might buy it, but is that not the thing about being a luxury brand, is you do stuff that other cars don't have? I mean, this doesn't have, I mean, you look at that, like a transit van or something, that'll have your driving assistance on it, that'll have, you know, a half decent stereo. I mean,
My Ford Fiesta.
Your Ford Fiesta, it's
Bang & Olufsen.
Bang & Olufsen, that were a good stereo. That was in the old M5, and I would say that'd be better than Bowers and Wilkins. But anyway, that's another.
When
you do have a subwoofer up on dash actually, but it's just not as pronounced as on the X5. Anyway, I'd still buy it because it is the pinnacle of what, you know, really of what they make, I suppose. But you would just think that it would just be that little bit more. It would have a few of these extras that you used to in past. But it's still an awesome car. I still wouldn't tell anybody if they were thinking about buying one not to get one, because it is just amazing. And when you do use it for what it's made to do, it does it with complete confidence. And like all the women say, what a ride.